what I'm talking about there is faith, where faith means belief in something without evidence. Because if you believe something without evidence, then that justifies anything. You're no longer vulnerable to somebody coming back at you and saying, hang on a minute, let me argue the case. If you believe it without evidence, which is what faith is, then you don't argue the case. You say, no, I'm not arguing that case. This is my faith. It's mine. It's private. I don't dissent from it. I don't retreat from it. You're just going to have to accept it. Now that is evil.
And yet you spend so much of your time debating people of faith. So clearly people of faith are interested in having discussions. They're not just all blind believers insisting on their way of...
Well, nobody said anything about all of them. I mean, the vast majority of religious people are perfectly good, nice people, as you are.
Richard Dawkins was talking about having faith without evidence. But what about this faith that there are more than 150 physical miracles of Allah, the God of religion Islam, the God who sent the Quran in the 7th century on his last prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And these are the newborn babies who are speaking the name of Allah from their own mouth. There are roosters, these are the roosters who are speaking the name of Allah from their own mouth. These are the cows who are speaking the name of Allah from their mouth. These are the lions speaking name of Allah from their mouth. These are the puppies speaking name of Allah from their mouth. And especially they are speaking for more than 1 minute, for more than 2 minutes. What is this? These are the evidences, these are the physical, observable miracles in the 21st century. And Richard Dawkins is talking about that the religious people have faith without evidences like that. That is not the case with Islam. We Muslims, we don't believe blindly in an imaginary God of the universe. Who we believe as a God is the true God. And there is no other God with Allah. Allah is his personal name, which is the reason he creates the creatures and originates them. All the living creatures that you see on the planet Earth walking on their hand or feet, they are created from water. Allah created them. Allah originated them. And when Allah originated them, Allah creates the trees, Allah creates the clouds, Allah creates the animals and birds. Allah writes his name, Allah, on their physical bodies, on the clouds, in the nature, in the trees. Look at this. These are the trees with the name of Allah. Naturally written the name of Allah. Clearly, these are the practical evidences. These are the creatures who are speaking the name of Allah from their mouth. How many evidences do you need? How many evidences does Richard Dawkins need in order to believe in the God? Richard Dawkins does not even know anything about the truth of Islam. He did not even know that every child is a born Muslim. Richard Dawkins was a born Muslim. He has been brainwashed by his parents. He does not know this truth, but now you know. So do not believe in the atheist and do not believe in the claims of Richard Dawkins against the God. Because now you know there is ultimately one God and his personal name is Allah, and Islam is the true religion. And regarding these newborn babies, and this is not just a practical, in the Quran chapter number 3 verse number 6, Allah has told about this. He is the one who shapes you in the bones as he likes. There is no God but he, the mighty, the wise. In the chapter number 16 verse number 78, and Allah has brought you forth from your mother's womb when you knew nothing, and he made for you ears, eyes, hearts, so that you may be grateful. And in chapter number 36 verse number 77, and did man not see that we have created him from the drop of semen? Then suddenly he stood as an open adversary. And in the chapter number 61 verse number 1, Allah's purity has been proclaimed by all that is in the heavens and all that is in the earth, and he is the almighty, all-wise. What else do you want to see in the practical? In the 21st century of modern science and technology, the Richard Dawkins has been refuted forever through the creations of Allah. His book, The Delusion of God, is nothing against these evidences because he has written text on the basis of his imagination and basis of the books and bookish theories and scriptures. There is no comparison of this book with these real life evidences and practical miracles that Allah has produced. If Richard Dawkins is so powerful, is so truthful, and is so really amazing atheist, then he should come forward and he should refute these verses of the Quran, and he should refute these practical miracles, and he should stop Allah from performing these miracles in the 21st century. Allah is doing it, and Allah will keep doing it as long as he wants. Richard Dawkins and all the atheists will never be able to stop Allah. Allahu Akbar.